Okay, so I can do Twitter now. Oh, Twitter really acts funny when I don't know what's wrong. I mean, they got a strange way of getting themselves online and makes it tricky. It's like you can't start streaming before and
tuned in to KUAW Radio, that's knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. This is The Truth Be Told with myself, Tbeyb. Make sure you guys like and share our Facebook page. Or hold on, I got ahead of myself. If you have an event or a business that you like sponsor here on KUAW, make sure to send us an email at kuaw985@gmail.com. Also, if you're watching me live on Facebook, hey, and if you're listening to me over the air via TuneIn or Periscope or the KUAW.org or many other ways that you can tune in to KUAW and you would like to watch me live, make sure to tap into our Facebook page, KUAW Radio, as well as our YouTube page, KUAW Radio. Make sure to like and subscribe to those channels so that you can keep up with all the shows and content that we have here to share with you on KUAW. So yes, make sure to like, share with your family and friends so that they can tap in. We are a listener-sponsored station, so at any time, feel free to bless us with a love donation via any of those websites, any of those social medias. Email us, reach out to us. We'll love to help you, help us. Yeah, again, it's The Truth Be Told. I am Tbeyb. You can like and share and follow my pages as well. I'm Tbeyb everywhere, Tbeyb. And you can find me. So yeah, so we're gonna get right into it. There was a couple of things last week that I wasn't live last week. Okay. So appreciate people that tune into my show every week because I do have people that write me and like y'all having a good conversation and things like that. I gotta go check in because I gotta see, like, it's fun, but it's cool to have. Oh, speaking of that, let me say this. This is my 4-year anniversary of The Truth Be Told on KUAW this week. So I'm very excited about that. Seeing that came up in my memories. Been on KUAW for 4 years. This relationship that we've had with The Truth Be Told, truly a blessing and grateful for the opportunity here and to even still be here in front of you guys 4 years later, right? Just I don't know. It's weird sometimes, but yeah. So anyway, so a couple of things happened that we're gonna touch on briefly. Okay. Oh, one thing that's just funny to make all of us, because we based in Kansas City, so all of us Kansas Cityans laugh. Oh wait, pause before I even get to us laughing. Moving the stadium to Kansas. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I just, hey, Kansas City, Missouri was first. If you didn't know that, you can look that up. That's history. But I'm not with moving the stadium to Kansas. I like the Chiefs being in Missouri. And I think we should keep the Chiefs in Missouri. Speaking of the Kansas City Chiefs, I know the last time I was actually on here, we talked about the trade with Tyreek Hill. Sorry, yawning. My mouth's so dry, y'all. I'm fasting. Ramadan, something like I'm talking about Muslims out there. I'm sitting up here trying to get some saliva in my mouth. My mouth's so dry. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Tyreek Hill. I guess he had his first practice with the quarterback out there in with the Dolphins. And he said going from Patrick Mahomes to their quarterback, what's the name? Like Tuso, something like that. Start with a T, something like that. Was like going from a Ferrari to a used 2001 Honda Civic. I was like, that's what he get, but it's business. He wanted that check. But I was just like, that's crazy. Like, I mean, what did you expect? You going from the best to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did you expect, right? But yeah, so that happened. I'm here in Houston, right? It's 2 incidents that I want to talk about that's going to go into this whole subject of what we're going to talk about this first half of this show. But I'm gonna talk about this small one first because the latter of the two people have been talking about all week since it happened, right? So first, I live in Houston, right? And it was this video going around on social media where this girl, I guess, was driving her boyfriend. He hopped out, had a gun in his pocket, act like he had a gun in his pocket, robbed this elderly woman, like in front of her house. And, got back on the car. My thing of it is, why? Why do we have people that act like this? Like, why do we live in a world where people want to carry on these negative characteristics or carry on these negative just actions? Like, I mean, everybody say, yeah, that's the world we live in, but I feel like we all have choices. Like, we all have the ability to choose. We all have the ability to control what it is that we do. I'm getting ahead of ourselves. So Will Smith, okay. Will Smith and Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett Smith and everything. See, I see this situation in 2 different ways, okay? One, Chris Rock was doing his job. He didn't write them jokes. Jokes are jokes. He goes to Oscars. It's kind of those things where it says words will never, your sticks and stone may break my bones, but words will never hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Anything like that. So off bat, Will Smith was out of line. You know what I'm saying? Out of line. If it was not staged for, you know what I'm saying, just more people to look at it, more people to talk about it, or you know what I'm saying? Because then we were just boycotting the Oscars. Like we weren't even watching the Oscars. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody worried about the Oscars. Now y'all got Beyonce, all Asiatic production class and everything like that. They're trying to bring it back to our forefront. These programmings, all these TV programmings, right? And I tell you guys this all the time. It's like these TV programmings, our television programming, period, radio programming, all type of programming, everything really could be used as some type of form of programming. However, it was out of line. Like I said, if it was not staged, Will Smith was out of line. Now, on the other hand of it, you have the protection of a wife, of a mother, of a woman, of a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because she's all these things to him, not his mother, but the mother of his children. You know what I'm saying? She's all these things to him. And if she felt some type of way, if she was not even if she felt some type of way, but if she was being attacked, it felt attacked, or you know what I'm saying? But I had so much because you, at the end of the day, you have our women. And then it's this statement going around today. I guess I seen it saying that she wish or I don't know if she really said this. They're supposed to be doing a red table talk about it, so we'll see. But she was, it said that she said she wished that he didn't do that. She didn't need his protection. You know what I'm saying? She's this, she's that. Don't get me wrong. We are strong women, but to say that we don't need the protection of our counterparts or of males is an understatement. I don't really like that. I don't like that, you know, we try to put that out there, like separate ourselves from each other, because it makes it seem like we need each other less and less. And to me, there's an Indian proverb, which I know Indian is made up anyway, but anyway, that's too much. There's an Indian proverb, and it says, you know, like the duty of a man is to protect a woman so that she can roam the earth freely. And the duty of a woman is to connect the man back to his source, to become oneness, so as to become one with the universe or one with the creator, because, you know, women are that emotional portal. They are that spiritual portal from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. That's nothing that no one can take away from a woman nor duplicate. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, we are all meant we are here meant to do certain things, right? And it kind of takes me into what we're going to talk about this first half, because it's so many things that then came to me in the last week and a half, that's been on my heart. I point to my chest, my heart's really my mind, but anyways, to speak on and to you know, it's I don't know, it's weird, right? And it just keep coming up in things that I do, meetings that I attend and everything like that. It's like everything is going along these lines and it's telling me to speak on this. And so I'm going with that. I say this because they say that we are put on this purpose for everyone. See, everyone sometimes looks for their purpose, right? That you hear people say, what is my purpose? You know, a lot of people try to find a purpose. I think I have a book about it, you know, living in your divine purpose, things like that. They use numerology sometimes to kind of figure it out, or trying to feel like what roads, you know, you will take or come across, or things like that, which no one can really say what you're going to do, because we all have a power of choice. We all have the will. We all have a will. Everything that we do, we make thousands of choices daily. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are on autopilot for us. Like, we're not thinking and choosing to breathe right now, but we're breathing. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's autopilot, right? A lot of things that we do is autopilot. You get grown my age walking. You don't think one foot in front of the other. You don't think to hold your balance or anything like that. When you're walking, you're not even thinking about walking. That's some things that happen on autopilot, right? Because we have things in our lives. We have things in our lives that are completely autopilot. And I encourage you to think about some of the things that you feel that your mind works on autopilot, just to what am I looking at? Just to evaluate yourself, right? Because sometimes, a lot of times, our reaction to things are on autopilot. The way that we spend money, the way that we save money, those things, autopilot, right? The choices that we make daily, some of them are autopilot. And so some of these things you have to take off of autopilot. You got to get more control over. For instance, your reaction to things, right? So we're talking about Will Smith and him, getting up there, see, here's the thing. Even if he wanted to protect his wife, there's a time and place for everything, right? And at the end of the day, they were all going to see each other in the parties or after parties or, whatever happens after the Oscar, anything like that. He could have pulled that man aside because, see, for some reason, we think that it's okay for us to just put our hands on someone if we're feeling a certain type of way, or if they made us feel a certain type of way. Like, that's how people get killed out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just go around putting your hands on people. And then why do you even want to vibe on those lower vibrations? See, I don't want to fight. I grew out of that. Grow up, get some money. Like, and they got money, but of course, for real, that's really why Chris Rock didn't respond the way that, most people probably would thought he should have responded, But at the end of the day, it's like, what even makes... See, those type of things are autopilot. We grow up seeing certain things. We believe our minds are programmed to believe a certain things, that we have to act a certain way, or we have to respond a certain way so that people will see us a certain way or won't see us a certain way, however you want to put it. Like, nobody wants to be seen as soft, or, like they're punk. Can I say punk already? Whatever. Oh, I said it. And you know what I'm saying? Or, anything like that. They, their pride and their egos, we have prides and egos and things like that or whatever. However, when you can consciously control your thinking, and I'm not talking about, oh, that's a negative, I'm talking about recognizing the choices that you make daily, recognizing the choices that are coming from a low vibrational place, or low vibrating energy, being able to consciously raise your vibration or raise your frequency or raise your thoughts. If you practice this for 30 days and just make it a habit and realize how much your life in front of you changes, how much your reality changes, because you have to understand that your thoughts are controlling your reality. I know we've been programmed to think that it's somebody up in the sky, like a puppet master. All these things are destined to be, it's already written, or God already knows. No, God put in place universal laws for things to work out how they are supposed to work out, according to his law, according to the laws of the universe. Y'all hear me talk about universal laws all the time. Universal laws are so important to know and to teach to your children, because once you learn universal laws, you learn how to fulfill your purpose as a human on the plane of manifest. Let me clarify what I mean when I say this. You understand your purpose as a human being. The Lord, and I don't care what book you prescribe, if you subscribe to, whether it's the Bible, it's the Quran with a Q, the Quran with a K, whether it's the Hebrew book, the Watchtower, Jehovah's Witness, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you're not going to find nothing that's going to tell you that you as a human being are anything lesser, if not greater or supreme or superior to everything on the plane of manifest. We talked about this when we talk about a food chain. You think about these animals that are so dangerous, but who's at the top of that food chain every time? Period. No doubt. A human, man. Because at the end of the day, all those things are just what they are, but we got the choice. We get a gun, we can go shoot them, stuff them, and put them on our wall. Shoot them, hunt them down, make them extinct, endangered. We the reason some species aren't even here anymore. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it in that sense, there is nothing above you. You are the closest thing on a plane of manifest. You are the closest thing to God that exists. Everything has God in it. Don't get me wrong. Every living thing has God in it. However, what I'm saying is you have this ability that other things do not have. Even animals, you have the ability to think, understand, will, reasoning. You know what I'm saying? You have the ability to reason. Animals don't reason. Do you think a deer is looking at that street going, look, let me look left and right and look for cars before I cross this street? Nah, because if not, you wouldn't have so many accidents with cars hitting deers because deers just jot out in front of the cars towards the lights. Not knowing that that's going to take their life and could possibly have them beef jerky, deer jerky, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't think about those type of things. Humans have the choice and the ability to make their choices. We have free will. Yeah, we have guidance, and we're going to talk about tapping into that guidance. Hopefully I can get through this, but hopefully we talk about, oh, I didn't even see these comments. Oh, he's talking about she's back constantly working on controlling her autopilot can become an excuse, power choice. Say that again. Okay, sorry, I wasn't even seeing the chat, y'all. I'm sorry. Hi, y'all. But anyway, so yes, I have wrote this list because we need to understand that we find ourselves in circumstances and we say, oh, this is happening to me, or why is this occurring to me? Not realizing that we have in some way, shape, or form have brought this on to ourselves. Now, hear me out. Everything we don't bring on to ourselves, because you got to understand life is like a game of chess, whatever you want to call it. I ran track, so I think of track meet, hurdles. You're going to have obstacles in your life. You're going to have tests. See, here's the thing. When you're growing, when you are in who you are, when you are exhilarating the power and the attributes of the creator who you are one with, when you are in that season, when you are really in the realm of manifest you blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings, and you're really evaluating yourself, you're really making changes, you're really growing, see, you're going to start getting tested. Those tests are going to come to you. It's how you respond to those tests that's going to make it seem, that's going to make your reality to make it seem like you're the one in control. Because when you let someone else control your emotions, you're picking up their energy. You're going off their law of attraction. Once you bring in that lower vibration of energy that someone else is trying to, because see, somebody else, they ain't learned that lesson yet. That lesson hasn't been for them yet. They're not there yet. They are not where you are. Right? So when you recognize where you are, because don't get me wrong, you go back to my college days, baby, I used to pop off. I'm ready to fight. I got to add whatever. It's whatever. We can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it was never a thought. Once you start to grow up, once you start to get older, you realize that with these universal laws, the laws of attraction, have you ever just had, I'm saying, one bad moment in your day, right? You choose to dwell on this one bad moment in your day. And then it's like everything that could go wrong goes wrong, because that is the level of frequency that you're dwelling on. That is the level of frequency that you're attracting. That is the law of attraction. That is how you manipulate energy. See, Isaac Newton told us, if you understand, if you go to school or whatever, Isaac Newton told us that, you know what I'm saying, energy is not created nor destroyed. It just transitions, right? It just transitions. And so, and it can transition from me, transition to you or whoever I'm around in the room, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But it's not created nor destroyed. It just moves around. So that just means you have to become the master mover. You got to become your own puppet master. You do that with your thoughts. Have a conscious reaction. Take those 5 seconds to respond instead of reacting to what somebody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? But also in your life and everything that you do, hold positive thoughts. You cannot sit up here and say, oh, I like this and I like that, but I don't think it's going to work out. Because once you put that, I don't think it's going to work out in there, it's not. Whether you think it is or what, it's funny. I laugh because I was just having a conversation with individual, and we were talking about movies, and I say I don't watch horror movies. Like, I don't watch scary movies. I'm not the type of person. I ain't seen the Candyman. That I no, I don't want to watch that type of stuff. I don't want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? And so, this individual told me, it's like, well, it's only scary. It's only scary, but it's only scary because you think it's scary. He said, so whether you think it's scary or whether you think it's not scary, either way, you're right. I said, he just schooled me on my own thinking. That's what I say to people. That's the type of energy that I give off. Whether you think it's right or wrong, you're right. Because whatever you think is what you put into the atmosphere. That's what you attract to you. That is the reality that you are creating for yourself. People used to tell me the sun don't revolve around you. It does not, but this is my universe. And I control who and what and the things that go on in my universe, my little personal bubble. I control that. And it's only me if I allow someone else to come in and penetrate that universe and bring in some of that negative energy that starts harvesting negative things for me. But see, if I'm aware of it, or the sooner that I become aware of it, see, the things about it, you're not gonna always be aware of the situations. Why? Because tests. You gotta have tests. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, the universe is gonna test you to see if you are who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? Are you really this person? Are you really this? You can't, let me see. Let me see how you're gonna react. Let me put you in the game and see what you're going to do. It's easy when you don't have no tests. You can say you this, you can say you that, and then you can never be proven wrong because you've never been tested on it. But the universe is going to test you. The universe is going to test you. At all times, the universe is going to test you. Because you might have been this person yesterday, but you might have woke up today feeling a little bit different. We got to see how you are. This is a daily fight. This higher self, this lower self, this positive thinking, this being the master of your universe. This is a daily fight. This is a daily quest. Every day that you wake up and you get a breath, this is what you do. Me, I got routines. I need to say a prayer for my feet touch the ground. Like, it's so many things that's connected to the spiritual outside of just the physical, because we can't get caught up in just the physical, because when you get caught up in just the physical, now you're living for carnal self. Now it's fleshly things, it's lust, it's a lot of lower self things tied to this carnal self. It's a lot of lower vibrating energies tied to this plane of manifest. And I'm just being real. We talking about people slapping people, robbing people just because they ain't got it. Because they got something that somebody else wants. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what they're doing. But you have those type of energies that dwell in your presence. I'm trying to keep up with the time. I don't know what time it is. Those type of things that dwell in your presence. Let me see. Let's see what I got. Oh, and anxiety and depression. See, that's another thing, because I'm so, we are in control your reality, positive thoughts. Anxiety and depression, a lot of things that we have been programmed in ways to think. Oh, sorry. Okay. So a lot of ways that we have been programmed to think causes us anxiety and depression, right? When we think ourselves, you can literally think yourself into depression. There's so many things there's so many different emotions that is controlled initially just by what we are thinking, or what we have programmed ourselves to think, or like how we feel like something is supposed to go. For instance, death. We have been programmed in a sense to feel and have this grief and have this depression, that death is the end, right? But it's all about our thoughts, and it's all about the way that we think, because the way that you think about something, the way that you understand something is the way that, you know, it is perceived, that you perceive it, right? Because it's all about, you know what I'm saying, like your levels of understanding. And we've been programmed so long, we've been programmed so much to think in certain ways that it helps the powers that be. We opened up talking about, you know, these programs, these TV programs and things like that, and certain things that they push onto our people. And I was telling my friend, you know, the other day that there's a power within us that people do not, that not people that are oppressor, the Europeans, that's not taught. It's not out there. See, we got all these different books. I'm in Ramadan right now. We got Lent that just happened. We got all these different celebrations and all these type of things that are supposed to tie you and make you closer to the creator and things like that or whatever. But the real power within you, the real power that, you know, you hold to dwell to really, like I said, manipulate that energy to where you can control your reality, to where you don't find yourself in anxiety, depression, grieving, all these type of things. You don't find yourself doing those type of things because your thinking is different. Your thinking has been corrected to what it was supposed to be. We all know about the books that were burned. Yeah, we still got all these things out here, but just imagine how much would be out here if we had access. Well, we do have access to it because it was brought to us. But if the majority had access to the things that were burnt, the information that they did not want you to know, the information that really basically transitions who you are as a human, and your ability and the attributes and the creative attributes you have within you to create this life that you desire, this heaven on earth. Mr. Walker, are you there? I need to take a break. Oh, because I don't want to get into that's, you know, these controlling your thoughts and things like that is kind of what I wanted to talk about in this first half of this show. But in the second half of this show, I've been meaning to do this show because somebody reached out to me and wanted to discuss dreams. And I said that I was going to do a show on dreams and just kind of discuss the programming that we had and what they are to us. And then at the same time, there's certain things that happen in what we call quote unquote dreams that are really things that we are misinterpreting, that we have been perceived or we have been programmed to believe that they are not occurring, or that it is something that is unreal. Like, for instance, like a lot of times people say, you know, like a dream, like dreamy state, fairy tale, like something that's unreal, right? Like when you think of something that's a dream, you think of that it's unreal. So definitely said that I was going to get into that. I want to get into that. Don't look like I'm going to be taking a break. I don't have nobody behind the camera. So I'm just going to go right into it. Because it goes into what we was talking about, these thoughts and controlling your thoughts and things like that. So, okay. So we talk about this programming and reprogramming, right? And so dreams. A lot of time I have to tell people what they need to understand, first of all, when it comes to dreams, is that your body, your physical body needs rest, but your mind does not. Your mind does not go to sleep. So your soul is housed in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're working on 3 different planes here. We have the plane of manifest, the plane of soul, and the plane of spirit. we have these different planes, right, of manifest. We are working these planes simultaneously. Like, there's not like one working while the other is not working, or you know what I'm saying, anything like that. And if you understand, if it's like, if you're a Christian or things like that, that's talk about like Jesus being able to cross over at will. If you're into meditation, you know, like Buddhists, I know I meditate. You know, people that's just into like yoga and different sciences meditate. If you're into meditation, you understand the being able to basically have outer body experiences. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, we think of things like deja vu, outer body experience. That's a term that has been put on us, out of body experience. But these things are really just explanations of the soul plane. Also with dreams, because you have lucid dreamers. Oh, here we are. Got to take a break. All right. Didn't want to get into it, got into it a little bit. That just give y'all a little taste, so stay tuned in. And once we done with this break, we'll get it back. And we're back. Am I back? Okay. And we're back. I appreciate you guys taking the time for letting us get our sponsorships out the way. Again, if you have a business or an event that you'll like sponsor here on KUAW, make sure to send us an email, kuaw985@gmail.com. We are Kansas City's global community radio station, so help us help you and get the word out there for what you have going on. And yes, so we're talking about these dreams, right? So what I was saying is, so our bodies need rest, but our minds don't need rest, right? And so we talk about this, God, this controlling our emotions and being able to control our thoughts and everything like that. We talk about this, the ability of being able to will and think and reason and understand, right? These things that we have guaranteed, the things that we have towards us that was given to us, basically the God in us. I'm gonna just call it what it is, right? You have to be able to tap in to that guidance. See, that's what a lot of people go wrong. So when we think about praying, when we think about you're praying for something, or you praying on something or anything like that, right? And you know, praying for, and there's nothing wrong with the way that people pray, pray however you want to pray, but it's like how do you receive the answers? How do you receive the downloads? See, dreams is one of those download states, because when I tell you that you're working on the physical plane and the soul plane simultaneously, because your mind, your soul does not sleep. So you're solving problems there as well as here, as well as when someone transitions. We started this show, we talked about, I was telling you, Isaac Newton. His whole theory is energy does not die, right? But we've been taught that death is the end, but energy does not die. What are humans? We're a ball of energy. Everything about us is energy. When that energy stops flowing through this vessel is no longer pertinent. Is no longer useful. You know what I'm saying? This vessel that houses the energy, but the essence of who we are is that energy inside of us. See, that energy inside of us cannot die. It does not die. You know what I'm saying? And so again, so they've asked me about dreams. You can communicate. You can cross over into the dreams are nothing more than the soul plane. Some people can remember, some people can't. Some people, that's why they tell you to keep a journal next to your bed, because you get answers and you get downloads in your dreams, or in your quote unquote dreams. You get answers to things or questions to things that you have been pondering. You get guidance on what to do or where you should go. You get visits from previous ancestors from you that come in to show you that they are still there with you. But we like, oh, I just dreamed about them. No, they were visiting you. You can have a conversation with them. There's a such thing that people have taught us called lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is the ability to tell yourself, I'm in a dream, and start basically controlling what is going on. But even though you're not awake, and to your knowledge, you're not awake, you're asleep, right? But you can remember it. Like a lot of people, let me know in the comments of what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you a person that can remember your dreams? Are you a person that can't remember your dreams? Because see, a lot of people do not remember their dreams. Because our mind is the way our mind works, these filters, it's like soon as we wake up, our mind starts decluttering and defiltering, because our level of perception is probably not where it needs to be to understand that. That's why you're supposed to have a journal or some type of notepad or something next to your bed. So when you are praying for something, or you're looking for answers, or you are struggling with something, or you are grieving someone, you are able to recognize these things immediately. So you wake up out your sleep. Have you ever woken up out your sleep like, whoo, you know what I'm saying? When that type of thing happened, you're supposed to get a pen and pad and start writing down immediately. You might not even remember it, because sometimes I can wake up the next morning, have to go back in my thing like, dang, when did this come to me? You know what I'm saying? But it be answers to things that's going on in my life that I needed. That's that guidance. That's that answering from God. That's what being able to work on the soul plane is for. Also, like I said, we're working out things here as well as there. These lessons and tribulations and things that we go through, we work on these things simultaneously on both planes. This is that, and if you don't believe me, go look it up. You can look it up in any religious book. You can understand whatever, no matter what your religion is, you can find somewhere in that book where it talks about some either prophet Jesus, or most of it's prophet Jesus or whatever, but dwelling or meditating. They said the man sat in the thing meditating. No, that wasn't Jesus. Who was that? That was Joel or something like that. And meditated in the market for, I don't know how long ago. I don't know the dang story. Mr. Walker, help me out. Not to say, but meditated, I think, you know what I'm saying, the market didn't eat or something like that for, what was it, like 37 days or something? I don't know. Was it 10? I don't know. A few of them, you know what I'm saying? Okay, a few of them with different people or whatever, but you understand about crossing over onto this soul plane, because that's all it was. When we talk about not eating or sitting in a market or something for 7 days, because see, your carnal self tells you that you got to eat 3 times a day. Your carnal self tells you that you have to have something to drink to survive. It says that you will starve to death if you do this. But there are so many stories, and no matter whatever religious book or whatever religion that you conform to, there are so many stories that tell you that you have the ability to do this. That is what dreaming is. Dreaming is just the soul plane. You download messages from God, who I say Allah, your creator, whoever you look at in that deity, but you download message, you get guidance. You work out things in your mind and your hearts that you know, because your soul knows the answers. Your soul knows the answers. Your soul doesn't forget anything. You live many lifetimes. In your soul has been a many lifetimes. You have many. When you hit deja vu, you understand people say, oh, I feel like I've known this person my whole life, or I've been here before, or this happened to me before. They call it, the European told you that it was called deja vu. No, what it is your soul having a flashback, period. When you feel like you met someone for the first time and you feel like I've been knowing them my whole life, no, your soul knows each other from a previous lifetime. Those are the same type of connections that we have with people. When you tell people, oh, that's not my blood sister, that's my soul sister. She was probably my sister in a different lifetime, or my brother in a different lifetime, who knows? But we have, our souls are connected. That's why you have those type of connections with people. You can cross over into that soul plane. You cross over into that soul plane every night when you go to sleep, because your soul, your mind, your soul does not sleep. Your physical body needs rest. Your physical body needs rest. Your soul doesn't rest. It's not nowhere taking a nap. You know what I'm saying? When you meditate and you actually quiet your mind, you drift. You don't just stay in a certain place. It's just not blank. That's why people meditate. It's not just sitting in complete silence. You may think it starts off like that, yeah. But you drift, you elevate, you go somewhere else. Those outer body experiences. See, the thing about it is these things are not new to us. They have been referenced as different things and programmed into our minds, our subconscious minds, as other things. So when we talk about that autopilot, when we talk about, you know, things, I don't know, those are some of those type of things, those type of thinking and programming, those things are autopilot in our conscious mind right now. So we don't look at dreams as downloads from God. We don't look at dreams as answers for prayers or guidance on where it is that we need to go, or what we need to do next, or where we need to make some adjustments in what it is that we are currently doing. We don't look at being able to consciously have what we consider a lucid dream and visit with someone that has transitioned from this physical realm to the soul realm. And that's, you know, they're in between. We don't believe that it's possible, but we read and we consider ourselves Muslims and Christians, and you know what I'm saying, all these say that live according to Jehovah's Witnesses and live across these books, and we read about these things happening, and they telling us in our face that this is what was happening, this is what they were doing. And even when you think about this, like Mr. Walker just said, there's many stories where it's occurring, and it wasn't just Jesus. It wasn't just happening to Jesus. So you can't even say that, but that's Jesus. No, it wasn't just Jesus. It was him and his homeboys too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just this the things that it lets you know that this is what's possible for man. These are the things that we are capable of, but the programming, after so much programming of nonsense and falsehood, we have grown away from our ability to even fathom that we have the ability to do this. That this could even be possible. That could this perhaps be true? We can't even think about that because we're so many layers of things that people telling us, oh, it's a dream, oh, it's fake, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. and getting us away from what it really is. See, they read it to you, they put it in your face, but it's all about the programming and that the teaching. Just like when they used to tell you that they was burning witches. They made movies about it, setting witches on fire. They got premonitions saying that they can think about, what's going on in the future and things like that. See, those people were still kind of in tune with the creative attribute or the God within them and being able to dwell on a level of understanding of the frequency that most people at that time could not. They could not understand it. And when you don't understand something, you fear it. Why you think that we the most feared people on earth right now? Everywhere you turn around, look at it. Why if you don't think that we are the most feared people on earth, our people, melanated people, if you don't think that we are the most feared people on earth, you're not paying attention. When they don't know something, when they're not aware of something, when they can't control something, right? They fear it. When they don't have the ability to do the same thing. And so once they fear it, they have to put in issues of control, and they have to put in ways to deprogram, to get people to think outside of what it is that they're doing, or to get people to think outside of what it is that's the truth, to get people away from that truth. Because then what you're gonna do? I'm sorry, I'm getting all kinds of text messages over here. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? But then what can they do for you? Because see, if you've been able to tap in and you realize that you're able to do these things that they tell you that you cannot do, or you start having a different understanding of things that you've been programmed, you start thinking differently, as i.e. death, i.e. controlling your free or understanding universal laws, living, not, and see, the thing about it is, see, it's one thing to understand. See, I tell y'all this all the time, and y'all know that's why I love my radio station. See, first you got to become knowledgeable of something. Knowledgeable of something is just to know. Somebody told you, you read it, you heard it, you're in the know of it. But see, then you got to take it a step further and to understand it. See, I can know about all these universal laws, but I have to understand how they work to be able to apply them to my life, to be able to live according to these universal laws that the Creator has set in place for me to be able to control my reality, right? That's the wisdom in it. That's why you don't have many wise men. But that's the wisdom in it. See, once you understand it and you apply it, you become wise. But to become wise of something, you have to understand it. To understand it, you have to be aware of it. But see, you cannot apply anything to your life that you do not understand. You cannot. If you don't do more understanding, then you can't listen to what it is that I'm telling you. You have to do more studying on it so that you can understand what Tbeyb means when she says, what frequency are you dwelling on? When she says, are you on a higher vibrating frequency or a lower vibrating frequency? You got to understand what that is. You have to understand what these emotions are that are considered higher and lower feelings. But you have to do that research on your own. You have to understand that on your own. You have to be able to understand yourself to know when you are in one of those states, to be able to consciously raise your vibrations, to be able to consciously attract what it is that you want in your life, to what your heart desires. Because we all don't desire the same thing. Everybody don't desire to be a millionaire. They don't. Everybody don't want the responsibility of having that much money. Everybody don't desire to be wealthy. Everybody don't desire that. But you have people that do. And whatever it is that you desire, so you have to start understanding and start doing some research and start doing some evaluation of yourself and of your mind and of your heart to understand, what are your desires? What is it that you desire? What is it that you want to do? Because see, a confused person is just as bad as a person that don't know. Because when you send it out mixed signals, what you gonna get? Confusion. You're going to get a little bit of both. You're going to have ups and downs. It's going to be a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? But see, when you're consciously aware of what it is that you're creating, then you step into what we call heaven on earth. See, everybody's states of heaven is different. You know what I'm saying? It's different for everyone. That's why you have to evaluate yourself. That's why you have to know yourself. Because see, what make me angry ain't what make you angry. What causes me grief is not the same thing. It's not what causes you grief. So we're not the same person. We don't have the same things like that. You have to evaluate those type of things for yourself, but you have to be able to understand them in just the same, and being able to raise your vibrations and being able to attract and create this reality that you want for yourself, this positive reality. And it all starts with a thought. It all starts with an understanding. Understand that guidance and those messages that are coming in your dreams, in your quote unquote dreams. Understand those downloads. Try meditation. See if you can cross over at will, because you can. The only thing stopping you is the belief or the faith in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing. But as y'all know, my time has come to an end, has wound down. And so before we get out of here, again, I appreciate you guys tuning in each and every week. Like I said, this is my 4-year anniversary. So thank you guys, because this is as much as your milestone as it is mine. But real quick, Holy Covenant Asiatic Nation. Ye are the children of one Father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother have given you suck. Let the bonds of affection, therefore, unite thee with our brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house. And when you separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brothers in adversity assist him, if thy sisters in trouble forsake her not, so shall the fortunes of thy Father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all, and your love to each other. Peace.